The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Slam, slam, slam.
They run for it with Carson. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Snap comes to Murray at 1. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. Touchdown, Cardinals! Hakeem Butler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
On 2nd and 2, Wilson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
We want it. Come to my work.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Johnson. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
What? 43. Check, 43. Go, go, go.
Now on 2nd and 16, Wilson being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Guys, out time. Let's get off the field.
They run it with Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
380. Here we go.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. That's overload. Overload. Watch 88. Watch 88. Watch tight end.
Trip right. Trip right.
Tight right. Tight right.
On second and a couple. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Tight right. 4 down. 4 down.
Here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 16.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now it's Penny running right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
380. 43 the mic. I got him.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Show it.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. Penny hit, and the ball is jarred free. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Not the trend he wanted to start the season, with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, 2nd-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
56, Mike 56. Don't let him breathe.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. He's going to wind up and air it out. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
56 is the Mike.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Seahawks 38-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running from the gun, Johnson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
56. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Murray now on 1st down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Murray now. And his throw is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep over into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field, and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, you're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
14, find it.
Mine's 43. Mine's 43.
To throw is Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Get that ball. 43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
It's showtime, baby.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Again, it's Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
It's our echo. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
56 is the mic. That's the pass.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Mike 56, Mike 56. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Murray now on 1st down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Right, 6. Mike, 56, right there, 56. I'm scared.
Check 31, check 31. 61. That's one. Let it go.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Right there, 56. You're not ready. You're not ready. 56 the mic, boys, 56.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Ooh, the juke. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Eric Armstead picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
He's not going to get me.
Now on 2nd and 13, Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Off the draw. Here's Johnson. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The pass complete. It's Bird. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Gotta do better.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Bring it.
Here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now it's Bird on the return. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. The give to Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Come on, man. Let's
So it's a... And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, Offer a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cards, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the losses continue to mount as they drop to 0-11 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles.